Hey there, teachers. As you know, YouTube is full of great content that you can harness for teaching and learning. But there's also a number of little hidden features in YouTube that you might not know about. So in this video, I'd like to show you my top 4 favorite teacher tools in YouTube. Here we go. Number 1 is adjusting the playback speed of a video. It's actually the number 1 thing that kids know about on YouTube, because if you send them a 22-minute video, they'd rather watch it in 10. So they're going to speed you up because although you are interesting, you actually, for many of the students, talk a little bit too slow, and they can get the gist and find out where they need to be just by speeding you up and listening at a little bit of a faster pace. You also are a busy teacher. You don't have time to preview 20 different videos that are each 10 minutes long that you might want to share with your students, but you can shrink that time simply by playing the videos faster and previewing at a faster rate. Let's take a look at how to do that. All right, here we are watching a Khan Academy video, and on any video in YouTube, if you just go right here to the gear wheel with settings, you've got a playback speed, and right now it's on normal, and you might test it out at 1.25 or 1.5. You can go all the way up to double speed, although that, especially for me, for math, is going to be pretty hard for me to follow along. Let's test that out.
X, y is increasing by 2. So for this linear equation, our change in y over change in x is always going to be, our change in y is 2.
Now, a math teacher of algebra might be able to watch at that speed, but I'm thinking, for me, it might be more like 1.25 speed. But you can see where you can change it. There are also some cool keyboard shortcuts for doing that as well. And if you want those keyboard shortcuts, I'll put a link in the video description here for you to download those. All right, number 2 favorite features for teachers is YouTube's translation. That's right, YouTube can translate your spoken word, your video, into the language of your students or the language of the parents of your students. And let's face it, folks, lots of us are teaching in really diverse classrooms where there are parents that might be missing out on some of the important information we want to send home because they don't read the language that the paper is published in. But why not take that paper and just give a video announcement on YouTube and then allow or teach parents and students how to translate into their own language? I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so I've actually got a couple of videos on how to translate parent information, and actually a video that you could send to the students to allow them to teach the parents how to do it. But in any video, and we'll go ahead and play this one so that it's happening and speaking right now, I'm going to click on the CC. You can see the CC right here. Click on the CC, and that brings up auto-generated translations. You can see them going there on the bottom. Of course, those are in English. And then in the gear wheel, you can decide what language that these auto translations are going to be. So I click auto translate, and then I'm choosing my language. And maybe it's Czech. And there we are. You're seeing some Czech language auto translations that YouTube's doing that are going to be mostly correct, and YouTube's getting better and better all the time. The third powerful teacher feature that I'd like to tell you about is hidden deep within YouTube. There's actually free, copyright-free music that your students could download and use in any multimedia project that you've assigned. Maybe you're asking them to create a short video in the classroom and they want to have some background music. Well, that can be hard to find, but they can find it right within YouTube, and I'll show you how to do that right now. All right, to get to the YouTube Studio, you can click on Your Videos over here. That'll take you there. But also, if you go up to your avatar in the upper right, you can click on YouTube Studio right here. Both of these buttons will take you to the same place. This is where you manage all of your uploads and playlists. But if you scroll down to Audio Library here on the left and click on that, you'll notice there's music, there's sound effects, and then if you star any of these, they will show up in the starred section. So let's search sound effects for glass. Let's say we want a shattering glass noise. Here, wine glass shatter. There we go. That works. Okay, or music. You've got genre, mood, and you can filter by these. You can search if you've got a keyword like, let's say, winter, or right. So now you've got kind of a holiday song. Okay, and all of these are downloadable over here. You click on download when you find the right thing, and you're downloading to your Chromebook or your laptop, and you can insert it into whatever media movie making app that you have. One thing to note is the license type, and you can click on in this column license type, and it will tell you about it. Some of them you do need to attribute if you upload. Others you do not. So there's Creative Commons licenses and other sorts of licenses. You can click the view details and find out what's required of you as far as giving the artist some credit. And the fourth teacher feature that I would like to highlight in this video is the idea of searching your search history or your viewed history of videos in YouTube. That's right, YouTube has a record of all the videos that you've watched. And of course, if you're thinking, wow, that was like 2 years ago and I saw this great video and I could really use it in my language arts class, I can't find it. Well, if you know you watched it, you can go search the history of all the watched videos. Let's take a look how to do that. So from anywhere in YouTube, come over here into the guide, and you're looking for history. And when you click on history, it's going to bring up all of your watch history. Now, you don't want to search this search bar up here because that's searching YouTube. But this search bar over here is searching your watch history. So if you know the topic, some keywords, there's a good chance you're going to be able to find this. As an example, a couple years ago, I was building a apple cider press. So if I search for cider press in my watch history, let's see what we can find. So in 2020, these are some cider press videos that I watched. Oh, this is the exact one I'm looking for because I wanted to replicate whatever I saw in that video. So there you go, teachers. You'll be able to find things you know you saw at some point if you know a few keywords and you know how to go over here to history and over here to search your watch history. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed these 4 favorite tips of mine, 4 hidden features in YouTube that I really enjoy and think that teachers could find very powerful. If you did, feel free to subscribe, give my video a like, and check out youtubeclassroom.com for other pretty cool ways for using YouTube in the classroom. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.